Today's my first event. Huh? Hello, May, whatever. Shout out to my Jay and my aunt. My beautiful attendees are starting to arrive.
Color, because especially in Grand Rapids, it's kind of diverse, but it's not really diverse. And I think that it's important for us to have spaces to talk about the things that we go through on a day-to-day basis without being judged for them. I had the opportunity to see so much research about how social media impacts you. Those likes and those comments and stuff, they work in your brain like a reward. So when you don't get them, it makes you unhappy. And it makes you consistently go to social media to get that reward. So I
Mine would be tampering. Besides just get my nails and feet done and then hanging out with my friends and family.
So I don't use the term self-care anymore. I use the term doing the work. So when I realized that I was in an unhappy state, I realized that I had to do the work to figure out where I was.
Well, on Thursday, I held my first Ambition Talks, and it was a really great experience. I'm really happy that people actually showed up because that was something that I was worried about. And people had a lot of really interesting things to say. There were a couple people who told me that they were interested in coming but couldn't make it or wanted to hear more about what we talked about, so I decided to make a quick little video just talking about the experience as a whole and then what I wanted people to get out of the event. I started the Ambition Talks because while I was in London, I had a lot of opportunities to go to events geared towards Black women and meet other Black women who had similar interests as me or were going through things similar to me, and it just was an easy way for me to connect with people. The Ambition Talks are for all women of color. It's a safe space to get together, and for my first talk, I decided to talk about what it means to be a woman and how to take care of yourself when so many outside pressures want things from you. So to start the event, I just kind of had the girls chill out, get some refreshments. We played a what's on your cell phone game so I could give away a prize. And then we got started with the talk. So I wanted the women to think about what it meant to them to be a woman. I got a lot of answers like taking care of home, taking care of the family, being a mother, being a wife, all the things you would expect when you ask someone, what do you think the traditional roles of a woman are? I then asked them to think about when their race is involved, has that changed? And a couple Black women said that they felt like they had to mature a little earlier than maybe other races would. I don't want to speak for anyone else involved, but I know some Black women did feel that way. After that, I asked them, what does having it all mean to them? Because I feel like that's a phrase you hear a lot with women. You can have it all. You can be a mom and still travel the world, or you can get your degree and still have a man, stuff like that. So I was interested in what having it all meant to those girls. And they said, some people said being a wife and being a mother. Some people said just simply reaching the goals they have for themselves right now. And for me, I said that having it all is knowing that when I leave this earth, I've made an impact and I've made someone else's life change, or I've made someone else happy, and that I've met all my career goals. Being a wife and a mother really never fell into my definition of having it all, although it is something that I want. The next thing that we talked about was self-care. I asked everyone what their definition of self-care was and what they did to take care of themselves, and I got shopping and bubble baths and working out and stuff like that. But what's important to me and what I wanted the girls to leave with was that self-care isn't always the fun stuff or the relaxing stuff. Self-care is about doing the work to be where you want to be, or to take care of yourself physically, mentally, and emotionally. So yes, taking those naps and drinking your tea and sitting in your bubble bath is amazing, but you also need to be reflecting on where you are in life, making goals, setting plans to get there, and trying to get rid of bad habits. So for me, my bad habits were sleeping. I sleep when I'm stressed, I sleep when I'm unhappy, and when I moved back to London, I slept a lot, and I'm thinking, oh, well, I just need to relax. But in reality, I was stressed out about what my next steps were gonna be. And instead of addressing that, I would just take a nap, or I would just binge watch a show. And when I sat down and thought about where I wanted to be, I realized that, like, I want to make an impact in women's lives. I want to host events and facilitate events, and I want to be able to talk about things that matter to me. And that was what kickstarted me starting the Ambition Talks. So I think that it's important for women to take care of themselves in those relaxing ways, but to also realize that doing that work is necessary and can help you get to where you want to be a little bit faster. After the event was over, I handed out a doing the work, as I like to call it, checklist that I'll link somewhere over here. Basically just kind of as a accountability guide for them to leave the event with a renewed sense of self and kind of something to do afterwards, because it's nice to talk about all this stuff, but not really having an action plan for it makes it a little bit harder to continue or to start. So yeah, that was kind of the synopsis, I guess, of my first Ambition Talk event. I think that self-care is important, but I think that doing the work is important as well. So hopefully, if you didn't attend, this nice little chat will be the motivation you need to figure out what the work you need to do is. Thanks for watching.